pesticides have reached this. So you may be eating food, you think you are getting this micronutrient, but you're not getting them. Take for example, vitamin C, which is a very potent antioxidant that scavenges free radicals. As we age, the body's ability to actually use vitamin C is actually reduced. So you can see that you need to supplement. Vitamin D is very important in our immune regulation and potentiation. If you don't get enough vitamin D from the food you eat, and they also say you get it from the sun, vitamin D is a remote. But maybe at the level of the knowledge gain or maybe oversimplification, they say you get vitamin D from the sun. Get this right. All that the sun does is to provide that UV light that converts the inactive form of vitamin D3 in my body to the active form. Period. So that is it. Take care of micronutrients, take care of your lifestyle, take care of your sleep, and do a regular medical checkup.
Now, we run a healthcare facility. Can you share us some common chronic diseases with patients?
Well, before I answer that question, honestly, these days, life is no longer good. In the sense that the greatest challenge is people have come under tremendous amount of stress, especially what we call chronic stress. But we come to know that stress is associated with almost close to 80% of all diseases. So let me go back straight to your question. So the cases of diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes, which is actually on the rise, and this is as a result of our lifestyle. Sleep alone is known as the number one cause of the adult onset diabetes. That's why you see people who are diabetic and they are not managing it well, and they don't sleep well, even if they are taking all these oral anti-hypoglycemics, oral hypoglycemic like metformin, all of them, you will find it very difficult to control their blood or sugar level. Let me chip in here too. Things like fasting, they are really very good in helping and regulating your blood sugar level or our blood sugar level.
Any advice on how to keep stress a bit, because you've mentioned stress over and over again. Now with the soaring economic realities in the country right now, it's almost inevitable not to be stressed, but how can we keep it at bay?
Stress as a factor is really needs by the body. Short stroke helps our body to work and function better. Let me give an example. We're sitting in this room, if the lion walks in here, we are all stressed. And I can see you subjected to what we call chronic stress. This is what perturbs what we call the neuroendocrine system, and it leads to diabetes, it leads to hypertension, and then all of them. So, how do you know that you are stressed? Physical stress is when you start having sleeplessness, you become restless, you cannot palpitations in the heart. Then some stress can also lead you having, you start feeling isolated, you develop depression, you want to be on your own. Please, if you start noticing these signs, please see your doctor for help. This is what we call the psychological stress. This can be induced as a result of relationship, which I had mentioned earlier, toxic relationship, your work environment, and some society situation like bereavement, or what people going through divorce can all accumulate into what we call psychological. Things like exercise, good relationship, good sleep, then emotional cleanliness, which I say that forgiveness, letting go, And if it is in a workplace that is inducing case, learn how to manage that, and that's what to make sure that they don't come under too much stress.
Dr. John Abuja, thank you so much for coming on the program. We have to end it here because if we keep on going, we will be here till tomorrow. There's a lot to discuss. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us and educating us on the program Frontiers. We have been taking a look at ways of promoting healthy living with our guest, Dr. John Abuja, a neurotoxicologist and integrative medicine expert. Thanks for your time. I am Frama Pioneer.
Hello and welcome to Nationwide News on the network service of the NTA. I am Marlene Eben Ame. And let's begin by informing you that President Bola Tinubu arrives at Addis Ababa, Ethiopia for the 38th ordinary session of the Assembly of the African Union AU Heads of State and Government. The President was received as the first Ambassador Yusuf Tuga and Shahid Affair of the Nigerian Embassy in Ethiopia, Ambassador Nasir Aminu. Ambassador Tuga briefed President Tinubu on the key points of the summit and some diplomatic wins for the country. Among the wins was the re-election of Ambassador Bankole Adere as African Union Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security. A statement by the Special Advisor Vice President Kashim Shettima says the Northeast Development Commission has placed itself on the positive side of history for going beyond infrastructural development to investing in education and green technology through the Accelerated Senior Secondary School Education Program (EDC), who came to brief him on the level of work on the asset project at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. State House correspondent Adramaji reports.
Accelerated Senior Secondary Education Program, an initiative that began from 100 teachers to 600 in 71 institutions across the 18 senatorial districts of the Northeast, is redefining the educational system in the region, courtesy of the Northeast Development Commission. This meeting is to update the Vice President on the status of the Accelerated Senior Secondary Education Program, describing it as the actual game changer in the age and time. Saying they are going along in revolutionizing the learning experience, offering numerous benefits for students, educators and institutions because of the enhanced engagement and motivation.
I think of all the areas of intervention by the NEDC, greater than this asset is a soft investment. It's really a game changer because in other parts of the world they are embracing digital educational tools because of the numerous benefits it offers. From improved, because VR concept enables students to engage in remote learning.
He implored the Northeast Development Commission, Ministry of Regional Development and other relevant stakeholders to collaborate and ensure efficiency.
We are looking at so many angles through which we can solve the multifaceted problems we have inherited as a country in the education sector, especially in the Northeast. You know, the issues arising out of the insurgency, depletion of the numbers of teachers, infrastructure, and issues like that.
We did not import technology. We actually produce homegrown. So it's relatable, it's authentic. It also provides, it was done in Nigeria, different opportunity in the region and across the country as well.
The Northeast Development Commission has commenced the process of reviving teacher training education in the region, and a unit within the commission to handle training and capacity building across the educational ecosystem, establishing Northeast. From the State House, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
From the State House, we take you to the National Assembly, where the House of Representatives is set to investigate allegations of fraudulent practices in the payment of contractors by the Federal Ministry of Finance, sponsored by Majority Leader Julius Ehubere and two other lawmakers who demanded a transparent digital payment system to eliminate human interference in contract payments. National Assembly correspondent Mitaro Ipon reports.
The Majority Leader anchored his motion and request into offering kickbacks as condition for processing their invoices in the Federal Ministry of Finance.
If these allegations are not thoroughly investigated and addressed, contractors will lose confidence in the government engagements, leading to slowed economic development and failed infrastructure projects nationwide.
The mission sought payment of contractors engaged by the Niger Delta Development Commission.
The House Committee on NDDC to investigate the matter with a view of identifying the contractors, recommend payment plan.
In other motions, lawmakers condemned armed attacks on defenseless traders in the market in Fikal.
Varying degree of life-threatening injuries.
A bill seeking to establish district and magistrate courts for the Federal Capital Territory with jurisdiction over civil and criminal cases scaled second reading.
For the appointment of district court judges and magistrates and for other court officers and for other purposes
has adjourned plenary till Tuesday, 18th of February 2025 from the National Assembly. Mitaro Ipon, NTA News.
In other news, in an effort to strengthen the anti-corruption crusade in Nigeria, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, into the commission. After 6 months of training, the chairman of the commission, Ola Olukoyede, urged the graduating cadets to be diligent in carrying out their duties to ensure that Nigeria is free from illicit financial flows and other related crimes through prevention.
Trust is placed on you as cadets of the commission, the family, the EFCC, and the entire citizens of Nigeria look up to you to uphold the highest standard of ethics and integrity. You must give no room for compromise. You must not give room.
Today is in furtherance of the commitment of the administration of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to strengthen the commission and improve the quality of its manpower for effective service delivery.
It's not just by carrying on or no, but there are other things that has to do with you.
Elsewhere, in a bid for greater political representation, women have been urged to unite and intensify lobbying towards the passage of the proposed gender bills and the allocation of 74 special seats in Parliament. This was during a stakeholders training Parliament. Amina Saidu reports that the training emphasizes the need to address gender disparities in politics and underrepresentation.
The session with stakeholders discussing barriers hindering women's political inclusion, which include religious and cultural differences, financial constraint, and systemic discrimination. Speakers underscored the importance of advocacy, grassroots mobilization, and strategic partnerships to push for legal reforms that promote gender equity.
The country is running proportional system. That's not the way it works. If you go in and you win, the candidate usually sets a minimum threshold, of course, so that everybody will just come to and welcome as a fair. But if you win 20%, you get 20% of seats. So what that happens is that it gives political parties an incentive to balance their party list.
We are going to develop a stakeholder engagement plan which we are going to share to all state chairpersons. We are going to establish and want all the chairpersons to assert anything this is as you know, if there is no but and there is no if. As long as it's a rule, be it APC, be it APC, be it anybody,
is to support her because you are a woman and we need women all together.
The League of Women and Lawmakers to secure the necessary legislative backing of these reforms. Amina Saidu, NTA News.
And still on Women Affairs, the National Council of Women Societies, NCWS, has commenced a nationwide training and empowerment of women in different vocational skills. Ngozi Technical reports that training of 50 widows and indigent women in Abuja kick-started the event.
The training, according to NCWS President Princess Edna Azura, intends to equip the women with theoretical and practical knowledge in the production of oil perfume, germicide, antiseptics, among other things. The overall aim is to improve the socio-economic status of the women. Starter packs were also distributed to enable them start their own businesses, thus contribute to national development.
This one is for the one for Abuja, and we are going to go round. This is the beginning. Let them learn it very well and then go to replicate it and then step it down to the neighborhood.
And I'm privileged and honored that I'm a part of this empowerment. The Minister of Women Affairs, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, represented at the occasion by her Senior Special Assistant on Community Engagement, revealed that women economic empowerment is dear to the heart of President Bola Tinubu.
We are impacting hundreds of thousands of women entrepreneurs. These initiatives provide financial access, skills training, and business opportunities, ensuring women empowerment.
I've seen that the most important thing to do is to give women the skills, the ability to act for themselves.
Similar training and empowerment is expected to follow suit in other states of the Federation. Ngozi Technical, NTA News.
And talking agriculture now, innovators of the Ministry of Agriculture to leverage, support and expand the activities of the sector towards food sufficiency. Haruna Mohammed reports that the Agriculture Intelligence Unit Situation Room at the State Ministry is initiated to guide policies and programs implemented.
Agricultural mechanization and food security. The Kaduna State government is taking bold steps in actualization of this objective, and this commissioning of Agri-Intelligence Situation Room is a step forward towards coordination and data-oriented investment. Situated in the Secretariat, the Agri-Intelligence Unit Situation Room demonstrates the ability to connect, monitor, assemble data, review modules operandi from the 23 local government areas of the state. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture, Abubakar Abba Umar, described the project as a step forward in the state's agricultural mechanization with the capacity to identify farmers and specific value chains in the various local governments of the state for food sufficiency across all
Digitalization of the Ministry of Agriculture. Haruna, can you tell us what informed this decision to digitize the activities of the ministry?
For every developed country, irrespective of sector, data is a key driver in its development strive, situated here at the Ministry of Agriculture in Kaduna State. And ginger, grape, as well as maize, evident out the agriculture, which again the ginger is one of the best in the country, not only in the country but even outside the country, the world itself, whereby India come into Kaduna State to also take part of the ginger we have here to mix with theirs due to its potency, and it's the best in the world. This project is driven by the zeal of the Kaduna State government to ensure food sufficiency and to ensure track record of those stakeholders as well as extension agents who are all spread across the local government, and also keep the track record of the farmers. And this will also ensure that the farmers, when there is any
From 180 countries converge on Rome for the 48th Governing Council of the International Fund for Agricultural Development.
Mention of His Excellency Mr. Abubakar Kyari, Minister for Agriculture and Food Security of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Governor for Nigeria, to to take up the role of vice chair.
During an interactive session, Abubakar Kyari highlighted the measures being implemented by President Tinubu's is the youth access to, I would like to say, the small micro and economic, producers of food. World leaders attending the event, including the President of Sierra Leone, emphasized nutrition security as well as economic growth and stability.
We aim to completely overhaul our food systems
to add the first mile where food production begins.
Musa Baba Ali proved the engagement of 50 doctors and 100 nurses to cater to them for the medical needs of inmates in correctional centers across the country. In a statement, the Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo says he has also secured presidential approval for the nurses for the service year in realization of the need to protect the rights of the weakest in the society. The statement also conveys a Lagos Network Center to give us more report from that axis. Hello, Hingini.
Thank you, Maureen, and welcome to Lagos. The federal government is set to massively turn around the fortune of industrial sector of the country. Minister of State for Industry, Senator John Enoch reports.
The determination of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to revolutionize the industrial sector for economic growth of the nation is obvious. In the recent tour of industries by the Minister of State for Industry, Senator John Enoch, at the various industries visited, the minister emphasized on diversification and available markets in the country. Senator John Enoch said the private sector has a great role to play in the economic development of the nation.
So making sure industry has its own clear and unique direct mandate. And like I shared, as industry players, we need to see what we can do, what do we need to do. As Minister of State for Industry,
through addressing challenges among others.
This government will not be talking at them, it will be talking with them in terms of collaboration and partnership and making sure, because the future of this country's growth and development lies in its industrial growth.
Senator John Enoch Akim, NTA News.
Sustaining the growth trajectory of the nation as it seeks the actualization of the $1 trillion economy is one of the focal points of the first Nigerian.
I believe this sensitization workshop for the Southwest is an opportunity to deepen collaboration and outline the roles and expectations of each agency.
It's a very important policy document for the federal government for investors, both DDIs, that domestic direct investors, and foreign direct investors. This into consideration the rule of trade disputes. So it's a complete document.
They have to do this around the country so that people will know there are different roles they need to play for the effective implementation of the Nigerian development policy. If the ministry has done its own part, people need to know so that they can do their own part.
Stakeholders agreed on establishment of framework.
Those are the stories from Lagos. Nationwide continues with Marlene after the break. I am Oluwemi Tinubu, the global and national stop TB champion. Many people have asked why I've chosen to champion the fight against a disease like tuberculosis. My reason stems from a deep personal experience. I once had a friend who unfortunately fell ill and concealed the nature of the sickness until it was too late. Eventually, after he passed, we discovered he had tuberculosis. Sadly, due to the stigma and discrimination surrounding the disease, he would not speak up or seek for help. His death was a painful reminder that we could have intervened and saved a life if only we had known earlier.
Tuberculosis is an airborne disease that primarily affects the lungs, but can also impact other parts of the body. Being airborne means anyone, regardless of their socio-economic status, can contract it. In Nigeria, one person dies of TB-related illness every 7 minutes, amounting to 206 deaths every day. Globally, one person succumbs to TB every 25 seconds, which is a staggering 3,456 lives lost daily. These deaths are entirely preventable because TB is curable if detected and treated early. If you or someone you know has been coughing for 2 weeks or more, coughing up blood, experiencing night sweats, or losing weight drastically, it might be TB. Please visit the nearest government hospital or primary healthcare center for proper diagnosis and treatment. TB treatment is free in all government and some private health facilities. Let us also remember not to stigmatize or discriminate against TB patients or those who have been treated for TB. Individuals who have been cured of TB cannot infect others. I call on all stakeholders, especially the private sector, to join us in the fight to end TB in Nigeria. Together, we can make a difference. Remember, TB anywhere is TB everywhere. End TB by 2030. Yes, we can.
This Saturday, Manchester City. Now he's in a strange position. Haaland spots that. That's to seal the deal here for Manchester City. Newcastle United. Oh, fantastic! Manchester City versus Newcastle United.
Nigeria is perched on a treasure trove of solid minerals. Gold, coal, tantalum, tin. World's future. Let's talk about illegal mining operations. What is our strategy?
This Saturday, Bayern Munich, FC Bayern Munich, live on Sporty TV. Sportybet sponsors coverage of the English Premier League.
Welcome back from Lagos on Nationwide. In a bid to enhance governance and accelerate in Gombe State for a strategic retreat, the event aimed at improving efficiency and service delivery focuses on re-evaluating and strengthening the implementation of key development priorities under Governor Umar Namadi's administration. Governor Namadi emphasized that the retreat is a critical step towards achieving a more prosperous and sustainable future.
The retreat that will last for 3 days, stakeholders say, will explore new innovative knowledge and strategies to consolidate on the progress already made in the past 21 months of the present administration in Jigawa State. In September 2023, similar retreat was held in Kaduna State, which culminated to the signing of a performance bond initiative.
Governor Ahmed Ali of Sokoto State has directed the total rehabilitation of NTA Sokoto Network Center's operational building, which was razed by fire in December 2023. This instruction was issued while receiving
diverse range of news and programs, portraying its policies, programs and projects executed to uplift the living conditions of the people. This collaboration, the Zonal Director NTA Sokoto Network Center, Kenani Yusuf says, has significantly enhanced government community engagement initiatives fostering a more informed and connected citizenry. He noted that in times of patronage of the NTA, the governor is following the footsteps of his father and mentor, the former governor of Sokoto State, Senator Aminu Daramako, who built a befitting edifice for the center to enhance its operations.
We have lined up of so many activities that we are doing to project the good image of the state government.
While acknowledging the endless community engagement drive and efforts in publicizing government activities, Governor Ahmed Ali urged the network center to continue to promote the good image of government and people of Sokoto State beyond the state and country's boundaries. Governor Ali approved the allocation of a health seat and operation vehicle as requested by the zonal director and pledges to sustain the existing cordial working relationship with the NTA.
Our administration will remain committed to partner with any media organization, be it electronic or print order, to have all the activities well covered, well documented and well aired.
The governor, who described the role of the media as critical in a democratic setting, called on journalists to ensure professionalism in their reportage, insisting that the doors of his cabinet are open for advice and constructive criticism. From Sokoto, Bashir Ibrahim Nababa, NTA News.
The federal government has adopted Nigerian Road Safety Strategy 2011-2030 in line with the global efforts of saving lives and property of the citizens. The Marshal Federal Road Safety Coach Muhammad stated this during a 2-day working visit to Sokoto State. Sadia Umar Bidi reports.
A study by the World Health Organization indicates that road traffic accidents has moved from the 7th to the #1 cause of fatalities globally. Interacting with Governor Ahmed Ali, the Corps Marshal Sheikh Mohammed, however, maintains that the federal government is addressing the trend by the inauguration of National Road Safety Advisory Council led by Vice President Kashim Shettima.
As Corps Marshal Road Safety, I strategize and define our operation to also contribute our quota to the development of our country and upliftment of our people.
Governor Ahmed Ali calls on federal road safety corps to intensify sensitization on dangers of overspeeding and overloading, while assuring continuous commitment of his administration in promoting the corps' mandates. Governor Ahmed Ali appeals for more recruitment of Sokoto State indigents in the federal road safety corps.
I assure you, the Sokoto State is ready, committed to host your incoming conference in the state.
At the Sultan's Palace, the Corps Marshal expresses concern over the rising number of traffic crashes involving petrol tankers, which have claimed many lives. Sultan of Sokoto Muhammad Saad Abubakar stated that the state of Nigeria's railway system is forcing many citizens to rely on roads, leading to overloading and speeding, which ultimately puts the lives of many at risk. The Corps Marshal visit to Sokoto State is part of the Federal Safety Corps' broader effort of galvanizing government and stakeholders' support in promoting safety on Nigerian roads. In Sokoto, Sadia Medini, NTA News.
Thank you very much, Asma'u. Now, the 6 governors from the Southwest region have agreed to establish a food inflation joint monitoring team to check activities of middlemen, curb inflation, and ensure food adequacy in the region. This was part of a communique presented at the end of the Southwest Governors Forum meeting in Lagos. Joaquin Abakoya reports.
After a 4-hour deliberation behind closed doors, the Southwest Governors Forum Ekiti, Osun, and Ondo states came up with measures to address key issues of regional concerns.
The forum resolved as follows. The forum commends His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the economic stability and improvement recorded across the nation, particularly in the sustained supply and distribution of petroleum products and the stabilization of the exchange rate. The forum urges citizens to continue supporting the President's effort at strengthening the economy and improve the overall well-being of all Nigerians.
The forum, while committing to taking necessary action to counter any form of threats in the region, agreed to deploy advanced technology to enhance security operations and strengthen intelligence gathering.
The forum agreed to appoint special advisors on security in each state and establish a joint surveillance monitoring team which we believe will oversee and coordinate security efforts across the region.
The Southwest governors also commended the federal government for the successful implementation of the student loan scheme and encouraged eligible students in the region to take full advantage of the initiative. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abakuya, NTA News. From Lagos, we take you to Osun State as Osun State gears up for its local government election on February 22, 2025. The Osun State Independent Electoral Commission says it will ensure a smooth, transparent and credible process. Femi Afarogu reports.
February 22 upcoming local government elections in Osun State are the focal point of political discourse, especially following a recent Court of Appeal judgment dismissing a case filed by the People's Democratic Party, PDP, challenging the validity of the October 15, 2022 local government elections in Osun State. Osun government has, however, clarified on the judgment.
Court of Appeal never at any point in time made any comment about any chairman being restored back to office. It was never part of the proceeding. All the Court of Appeal did was to strike out or give someone filed by PDP because as I understand it was filed according to them because of that madness. The Federal Court had already set aside the election as if PDP is not even having any action in court. So the NPP's judgment is a judgment in the realm that binds everybody.
The electoral umpire for the election, OSEC, has been conducting workshops and trainings for each three elections.
Security arrangements are in top there in order to ensure that the exercise goes on smoothly, peacefully and without hitches.
18 political parties will participate in the February 22, 2025 local government elections in Osun State. In Osogbo, Femi Afarogun, NTA News.
Still with Femi Afarogun in Osun State, he joins us live to speak further on the local government election coming forth. Hello Femi, can you speak to us on that?
The first local government election in Osun State took place in the year 1999, following Nigeria's return to democracy. Since then, violence against cultism, against cybercrime, and against drug abuse, these are the incidences of violence during the election. And this what we have been campaigning against, and I believe the political parties are keeping up to the rules. We have had it so good so far. Thank you very much, Mr. Ashim Abioye. I've been speaking with the chairman, also Mr. Ashim Abioye. Now he said they are prepared for the election, and now they are expecting people to turn out next week for the Osun State local government election. Back to you in Abuja.
Thank you very much, Femi, for your contribution on the local government election coming up in some few days ahead. Thank you very much. Alright, President Bola Tinubu has arrived in Addis Ababa for the 2025 African Union AU Summit. He arrived a few minutes past midnight this Friday from Paris, where he had a week break. President Tinubu is in the Ethiopian capital to attend the 46th ordinary session of the Executive Council and the 38th ordinary session of the Assembly of the AU Heads of State. Shortly after his arrival, the President received briefings from his ministers on the trip, including those of Foreign Affairs, Finance, Information and National Orientation, Defense, Industry, Trade and Investment, Aviation.
The Anambra State Fiscal Planning Board has met with NTA Onitsha to reconcile issues surrounding the demolition of parts of NTA property in Onitsha. Franklin Onikachi reports.
A frosty relationship had developed between NTA Onitsha and the Anambra State Fiscal Planning Board following the demolition of shops erected by the NTA to ward off encroachment into its property. On 6 February 2025, officers of the Anambra State Fiscal Planning Board in the company of uniformed security agents who claimed to be enforcing demolition of shanties destroyed some lock-up shops erected by the station. This gave rise to a feeling of bad blood between the two organizations, with videos of the demolition having gone viral. In a reconciliatory meeting, the managing director of the Anambra State Fiscal Planning
We are given a CFO 20, and that CFO has a territory. The perimeter survey is there. Anything given to NTA will not be touched by government. We will never do that. However, we don't take permission from the people, we mark it. When the time expires, either by fiction of
the resolution of the issues to ensure a healthy relationship between the two bodies. In Onitsha, Franklin Onikachi, NTA News.
The new General Officer commanding 82 Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Oluyemi Thomas Olatoye, has promised to bring all his acquired knowledge and experience in the fight against criminality within his area of jurisdiction. The new GOC, who also said visits to Governor Dikamba, Chika Ugu reports.
Besides fighting crime and criminality, this familiarization visit by the new GOC 82 Division is also to seek other areas of collaboration with the state governments to address insecurity in the state and its environs.
My responsibility is to observe a peaceful environment for socio-economic activities.
Placing security as one of its priority in achieving its lofty vision of making the state the premium place for investment, living, and tourism. The Enugu State government has implemented policies, innovations, security interventions, and sustained robust relationship with the Army and other security agencies. Dr. Umba promised that his administration will continue to partner and support the Army by providing necessary logistics to improve their job.
With the ability to deploy technology, and of course we are also not fully in technology to operate in isolation. We still need boots on the ground to work effectively, for our technology to work effectively.
Both parties urged the people of Enugu State to go about their lawful duties without fear of any
prompt. Service of songs at Cooking Headquarters Church Trust. Date Thursday 20th February 2025. Time 4 p.m. prompt. Funeral service RCC. And time on Saturday 22nd February 2025 at 9 a.m. prompt. May his soul rest in perfect peace with the Lord. Amen. Announcers Architect Samuel Nantan Jatam, Secretary to the Government of Plateau State and Chairman General Hussein Burial Committee.
Raise the question, only God knows why.
And that concludes Nationwide.
NTA Embrace the wisdom of our ancestors as we explore its rich words. Their words last long in the mouths of those that are This is a network service of the NTA.
Have you around because I was almost going to bed when you people knocked that I should come out and tell you some stories, and I'm happy to be here. You went to school today?
Yes,
How was it in school today? Are you sure?
Yes,
Thank God for everything. Clap for yourselves. Now, Grandma has just 2 stories to tell you tonight. And one is about the reward for good work. If you do anything that is good, you will always be rewarded. Is that true? And the second one is about the honest merchant. Are you ready to listen to my stories? You're not happy, you're not excited, you're not laughing at all. Are you ready to listen? Now, let me start with my first story. My first story is about a king who lived in a faraway village. This king had a beautiful daughter come out to contest so that from there they would pick the best who can marry his daughter. Are you interested in my story?
Yes,
Then keep quiet and listen.
Why must we continue to hunt or to farm? Why can't I just eat, drink, or make merry with my friends? Haba is Haba. The way you are thinking, is that even possible? You must eat, drink, and even make merry with friends.
work. You must work for it. Well, I think that is your own thinking. That is the way you see it. There must always be a way around all these things. There should be a way around it. Tell me why. Just tell me why, Father. In fact, as we speak now, I want to go and gamble. It's a lie. It's a lie. Let me have horrible. I want to go. See, I might be lucky. You never gamble. See, let me take this thing. I'm not taking anything for you. You gambled yesterday. Why gamble again today? But Uncle said from here we should come straight home. No branch. I might be lucky. I might be lucky. Help me carry this thing home. When you go and try my luck, you never can get. But Uncle said we should come home early. They help me now. You never Uncle said we should come home early. I will be fine. Izan, let me go and try my luck. Come, let's go home. Izan. Okuriji. Good afternoon, sir. Fam, I'm back. Come and join me now. Thank you, sir. Sir? Where is your brother? Izan. He has gone to his usual place. Where is that? He said he wants to go camping. See, good afternoon, sir. Izan, sir, where are you coming from? Uncle, I want to check if the God of love will favor me. Izan, I'm not in support of your nonchalant attitude. You are a very lazy boy. Why can't you queue up from your brother? He's not working. You know his trust has wronged you. See, very soon you will be needed to start up a family. Is that how you want to continue? Look at Adu. The new farmer. Adu. Look at him today. As a youth, why can't you use your precious time? That reminds me. The king. Of our father's uncle's house. Look. I'm tired of you living in my house. I'm tired. And this does not come for any debate here. It is high time you own your responsibilities as a man. Let me advise you. And stop these Chinese behaviors. Ma'am, talk to your brother. I will talk to you. Sam, the king has also passed a decree. He is coming up with a function very soon and is requiring our services. He said in his quote, as announced by the town crier, he said he requires the services of the farmer and the hunters alike. As for me, I have 3 bags with yams. It's left for you as a hunter Izan to go into the bush. I'll hunt him. So because he said that the price is a big huge land with one big hut in the middle. Izan, don't forget that the king has also passed a decree that whoever exceeds the time limit in his uncle or his father's house will be exiled from this community. Don't forget that he said we have some limited time to exit Uncle Rich's house. The same king. He won. The same king. As for this yam, I said the tabak. The same king will pass decree for us to leave our house. If he pass decree, we should go and work it. But Pam, before we talk of decree, Pam, give me yam now. Oh, Pam, I'm old one. Listen. You see? Because you refuse to listen to me. Now look at. When I advised your brother, he immediately queued up. He went and conquered. Now he has been rewarded solution could have been for this family. But with this Okoruji, good afternoon, sir. Sit down, my son. Sit down, my son. I've been talking to your brother when I was advising him the other day. But I told you, the king has rewarded you. And you are a proud son of your father. Thank you. And you have made me proud too. Thank you, coach. So I am congratulating you. And for you, Isa, you have to live up to expectation. Learn from your brother. Now that you have been vanished, you see, I will not be part of you again. Neither will come be part of you. You have to face the consequences of what you have sown. That is my advice to you.
Oh my brother, what was to become of you now?
Oh, laziness. If I had known, in fact, in my next life, I must be hardworking. Now I will not be able to see my uncle or my brother again. I too, I will miss you, uncle. Indeed, hard work truly pays. But the deed has been done. There's no need crying over a spilt milk. Hard work pays. I will miss you, Isaac.
I wish you well. Wherever you are sent by the king, may the gods
You know what happened at the end of the day? Sam and Izam, who were advised by their uncle Richie to participate in the hunting exhibition so that they could get something at the end of the day. You know what happened? Sam participated and he won. And at the end of the day, he was given a beautiful wife to marry. And at the end of the day, Izam was also banished from the village. Why? Because he did not listen to his uncle who advised him. Is it good to disobey our parents? Is it good to disobey our parents? Now, what do you learn from my first story? Only 2 people listen to my story. Only 2 people. Mohammed, you didn't listen?
Okay, there is this money for some food. What? That was your grandfather's favorite plate. I don't think I want to sell it for anything. Grandma, please.
It's okay, go and bring it. Go and
Sir, will you take this plate and something in return to my little girl?
What's this? This I want anything. This is useless. This is useless. But I can give you small amount for it because I feel like you need money. I'll give you 15 naira. No, let me give you 15. Okay, 17 naira. No, don't worry, thank you. I'll make you 100 naira. I'll pay you.
No, don't worry, thank you. Don't worry, let me have it. Thank you, don't worry, let me have it.
Let me buy it now.
No, don't worry. I don't want to. Thank you, let me have it.
You just wasted my time for nothing.
Don't worry, my dear, we'll look for another way round. I'm sorry, okay? We'll look for another way round, don't worry. The merchant who came here earlier said that the plate is useless.
Grandma, that merchant who came was bad tempered. This one might be different. Please, Grandma.
Okay, I'll call him.
Okay, Grandma.
I don't want to miss a big fortune like that. No, I have to go back. Pure gold. I'm not that rich enough to buy this plate. I can't buy it.
What? But the merchant who passed here earlier said that the plate was useless.
Useless?
Yes.
This plate worth a lot. Like, this plate, it's really worth a lot. Like, see, this is what you say. I'll give you all I have. But please, man, I don't have enough money. That which you asked.
Doctor,
Thank you, man.
Doctor, what are you doing here?
But man, I promised to give you all I have for this plate now. I'll buy it. I'll buy the merchant. Yeah.
Doctor,
I tell you, I want you not to be buying the life away. Man, please, I'll buy the plate. I've lose a big fortune. I know this was a golden plate, but due to my greediness, I've lost it. So, oh my goodness.
hello children. I hope you enjoy grandma's beautiful stories. Yes, my baby. Children will always be children, right? What did you learn from these two stories? I hope when you go back home, you put them into use. The first story, it is not good to be heard. Okay, Memina, what did you learn? It is not good to be envious. Okay. It is not good to be envious. What did she say? It is not good to be envious. And the second one is about what? We should not be greedy. My baby, did you learn anything? You learned something, right? Good. Clap for yourselves. Always remember to obey your parents, obey your teachers, obey your seniors, both at home and anywhere you go to. It is time to go home. Can you tell grandma bye-bye? Bye-bye children. See you next time on Days by Moonlight.
FSS diplomatic ties crew had an interview with the UN Resident Coordinator and Humanitarian Coordinator in Nigeria, Mr. Mohammed Malik Fowl, at the UN studio. I'm Nancy Godiamini. We take off like this. You are both the resident coordinator and humanitarian coordinator of the UN in Nigeria. What does this mean? What's the definition of your job and to what scope are you operating?
My job is first to represent the Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Antonio Guterres, in Nigeria. He is also to try to bring together the UN family, which, as you know, is very large, and working in different areas. And to bring them together means that we have more cohesion on the work UN is doing for the government and for the people of Nigeria. It means also that we avoid fragmentation, we avoid duplication, we avoid overlap, and make more impactful the UN work.